Good evening, my people. You're welcome. Don't forget to click the like button. Don't forget to click the love button. React to the video as you see fit. Don't hesitate to share if you know that, if you understand that what we are doing here is important. You are welcome to share the video. Yeah. So my people, I wanted to give you update on what is going on with Ijele. So Ijele had a court case on Friday, and he was there in court on that Friday. So this is the video of him leaving the court premises. As you can see on this video, he's not being held or handcuffed or anything. Yeah, of course, he's still detained, but he has not been sentenced to prison. So that picture that you see them showing, I'm not going to show that picture. You know the people, you know the pictures that they are happy to share. It's not Ijele. Please, guys, disregard those news. They know they are writing all those things. Of course, they are using it to mock him and they are happy. If it makes you happy that there's miscarriage of justice, that is telling something about yourself. It's not about the jail anymore, right? It shows that you don't have justice. That it shows that you don't have integrity. It shows that this is what you love, actually, oppression. It shows that you love a system where somebody is able to use law enforcement to oppress. It shows that it's all about you. It's no longer about the feeling. When you see someone that his fundamental human rights is being abused and it makes you happy, it's not about the jelly, it's about you. It's about you and the kind of things you love, and it's telling about the kind of society you love. It's telling about the kind of society you love to have, you love to build, because you can't give what you don't have. Okay, so this is Ijele leaving the court premises, and the process is ongoing. That's all I can say. The process is ongoing, and Ijele's liberty is still on hold, but that doesn't mean that he's behind bars, sentence. It's a civil case. It's a civil case, but you know what happened? Ijele played into their hands, and that's it. So the process is taking its course. Ijele is not a criminal. It's not a felon. It's a civil case. So the only thing that can happen is to bail, elongate the next hearing, and adjourn the case again. But that's all. That's all. So eventually, the system will run its course, and that will be it. So Ijele has not been remanded in prison. Disregard the disinformation. Those people that are masters in disinformation, is something they do for a living. It's something they have done and perpetuated to perfection. So it's not something you want to drag with them. So you can see that someone is leaving the court premises. He's not in chains. He's not in bondage. There's no Black Maria, like the way they are making it look. So I know it gives them joy, but let them have it. It's their breakfast, it's their dinner. Enjoy. Have your feel, all you can do. But for anybody that wants to be logical and reason, this is it. So this is Ijele leaving the court premises on the 30th. Yeah. So what else can you deduce from here? Are you deducing someone that is locked on behind bars? Like, is that what it looks like? Is that what it looks like? Let's try to be, logical here. So that's it. And since Ijele is inside there, what did he everything should be life goes on. That's how it is. So I don't know what it took from some people that they will not rest. So this is what God of men are doing in Nigeria. Like I posted a post that Showore, the AAC presidential candidate, was posting about this MFM general overseer that is doing something like that. So obviously they don't want people to have freedom to express. So this is something that's been ongoing and we don't even know about it. So recently, one guy was coming out. They used the Nigerian police and law enforcement to imprison him him for 9 years. 9 years, right? So he's just coming out now. And as at that time, if there was no social media, there was no video and all these things that we have today. Yeah, so that's just it. That's just it. So today, you can imagine, like I was saying, take for instance someone that is in the public eye and they are still able to go to this extent. So you can imagine someone that is just doesn't have a platform, doesn't have a voice, that doesn't know anyone, And a lot of people say, oh, he doesn't know anybody. Oh, this is a court process. Anybody can go through court process. You are seeing a President Trump going through court process in his country. So it's not about, oh, you know somebody or you don't know somebody. When it gets into a court process, the process will take its course. And until the person is fined, sentenced, the person is innocent. That is the legal process. So disregard people that are peddling lies and say, oh, Ijele, look at him, he's inside the jail. He said these are doctored pictures. It's obvious. It's obvious. Well, what is the location of that prison? What is the location? Like I don't know. We know that a lot of people have not been using their and some other people are helping them to use it, but that is what it is. So I decided to make this update to let everybody know that Ijele is fine. You can see him that he is fine. Yeah, his liberty is restricted at the moment. Restricted. He's not imprisoned. He's not behind bars. He's restricted. He's being detained for the moment. So you remember the magistrate judge struck out the case that it was beyond his jurisdiction. But why did they take it to the magistrate judge when they know it's not a case for the magistrate? And why did the magistrate accept the case when he knows it's beyond his magistrate court and start on it and adjourn it? Is to buy time. All they are trying to do is say, oh, we put him behind bars. That's what they use. Shame on the Nigerian judiciary, guys, man. Shame on them. Like, people are using you to oppress other people. The shame is on them. So it's either they reform or they leave it. It's on them. The whole world is looking at them. There you go. You see what is going on in Kano. How many court orders did the CP say they received? This court is a race about cash and carry judgment. This judge will release another, this one will release another. And the Chief Justice and the NGC, they are sitting down their ass. Big men in high office doing nothing. The whole judiciary is in shambles. For one case, how many court orders? This one will bring a court order, Kano should leave. The other one will bring a court order, the Bayero must stay. The other one will bring court order, they must evict Bayero. The other one will bring court order. So which one will they follow? That is showing you the state of the Nigerian judiciary. So if you say the system is wrong, the system is oppressive, and you are happy that someone is able to use that oppressive system to get at someone, right? And it makes you happy, and you say you are a Christian, it's on you. It tells more about you. It's no longer about Ijele, right? So that's it. The judiciary is something we are seeing how it is going. Through the media today, we are seeing the state that they are in, right? We are seeing the state that the Nigerian police force is today. That the Nigerian police force is being used to prosecute a civil case. Nigerian police force and the Inspector General of Police is sitting down there, is not doing anything. When your whole institution of the police force is being used as an instrument of oppression in civil cases. Yeah. So the case that Showore was releasing about this MFM is telling. I think I may have to share that post with you guys here. So don't rejoice and think, oh, we got him, we will deal with him. Ijele is coming out stronger. It's obvious. Definitely Ijele is coming out stronger. So it's one of those things that happens that one has to, go through, bear. Is the process, it's just for a time, just for a time. Yeah. So, like I said, when I started, the section is very, I want it to be interactive. If you want to share, you can come and join. You are very much welcome. So, what is keeping Ijele is the state of the um, judiciary, the corruption that they're in, and the perpetration of injustice using a corrupt system. That is just it. It's not because he's guilty. Such things cannot happen somewhere else. If at all, those kind of people that claim they are making all this kind of miracle that is not, you can't do it. For example, here in this country, in Germany, you can't do it. You just cannot. And in Germany, you cannot use police to oppress somebody, right? So the law is straightforward, and police know their work, and they cannot do it. So I want to share this post with you. This is what is going on. Good evening, my brother. This is what is going on in Nigeria. Showore, Oshowore now the ex-presidential candidate of the AAC. He said he called for the arrest, prosecution of MFM founder Olukoya. So they say that guy, that is what he's doing. You can see it though, but I know that he has bingos too. Before they will come for me, see, oh, see. I'm reading it here. It's not my voice, so it's not my writing. Showore calls for arrest, prosecution, and of MFM founder Olukoya. Orders over alleged police incarceration of pastors for 9 years. You know, so this is what they are doing. They are in that business. And that's why they are able to perpetrate all this, and you are wondering, like, what is going on? Can the government do something? How can the government do something? It's the police that you're supposed to run to when these people are doing you bad, are oppressing, but they have the police in their pocket. So they buy the police and use the police to do their duty. So don't rejoice because, oh, Ijele, no. Ijele is going to come out strong. That's what you have to know. Ijele is coming out strong, because there's no case against him. So all you can do, you can delay, go through magistrate. You can only delay. You can bring all the lawyers that is available, pack all the lawyers from east to west, fill the whole room with lawyers. Yeah, of course, you can do that. You have a lot of Zion B's and bingos that are funding your rubbish. So who are we to complain? 1,000 people give you 1,000 naira, you're already millionaire in how many places, So we are not contesting that. You can read it here. So that's what they do. They use the police. Former MFM church usher narrates how founder Olukoya asked police to shoot him for refusing to lie. So this is what they do. This is their work. So right now, Showore is on this guy's case because his own is too much, apparently. And these guys, because they are so powerful, their people have seen them as mini god, demigods, like the living whatever. So if you dare to come and say anything, this is what happens. So this is something that is in the news. Huh? Okay, he's not coming out soon. Then go and rejoice. Drink a cup of tea. He's not coming out soon. What does that do for you and your generation? He's not coming out soon. Then go home and rejoice. Drink, sing to the cloud. Dance naked in the rain. What else? Good evening. Good evening. So since that day, Jele, he's inside. What happened? What changed? Hmm? What happened? What changed? Since that day that Ijele is in the being is inside now, have you gotten to your destination? So because you have to be in a state of mind, where you have swallowed whatever pill that you have been given, and you are in that state of mind that you are like a zombie and a bingo. That's it. So Ijele has been in incarceration since 20th of March now. So what has that done for you? Is he holding something for you? the thing that he was holding, have you gotten it? Hmm? Yeah. Because today I know everybody say, oh, he wants to show he doesn't have anybody, he doesn't have anybody. Yeah, he doesn't have anybody. Do you have anybody? If this kind of somebody now send police after you are calling yourself Makati, are you even a living thing? I don't even know why I'm responding to you. Do you have anybody? Eh? Hmm? Please, I want to delete this, block this person. I don't want to respond to bingos because I'm that era is over for me. Yeah. So this is it. This is what they do. And I also learned that the 77-year-old mother of one of his victims went to beg him. Like this man, I remember back in the day when he was starting us, when they were starting all those their prayer ground in that power must change hands, in that Lagos Ibadan Expressway, right? When they were starting out all those things. I remember back then, all their prayers die, 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 die. Like, and I was wondering, like, why do you have to? Then you have to say, oh, like, die, everything, die, die by fire, die, die, die. So you have to know where that kind of prayer is coming from. A prayer that is concentrated on saying people die, 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 die. Solution that has it, die, 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 die. Die by not just like say die by fire or anyone that die by fire, like very like violent in the prayer in itself. So that kind of thing, you can imagine from the within where it's coming from. It's not coming from nothing. So when I'm seeing this kind of news, it's making sense to me. Those prayers I used to wonder that day that like how can somebody be actually praying that kind of prayer? Die, die, die. Even parents and children in the family, they die, die. If everybody can't die, who go remain? Right? And people found it so pleasurable to be praying that prayer. Die, 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 all of them die, die by fire, die by fire. What's happen? Good evening, Ezioku. you know. So, and they say 77-year-old woman narrates encounter with this Olukoya to beg for the release of her son that he put in prison. How does a pastor put somebody in prison? He's collaborating with corrupt members of law enforcement. That's why it's possible. Right? So the people you expect that they are upright, they are not. The people that you look up to, that they have integrity, that they have, love, whatever attributes you expect to see in Christian, they don't have it. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. It's in the news. In the news. You know? So he will give whoever he wants to the police. And I learned that some people did not make it though. He will give whoever he wants to the police. They will do whatever they want. The one that survived, the one did not survive. So we are coming from that place. It's just because sometimes actually things happen so that you will be able to gain insight of what is also going on, because sometimes you don't know the extent that these people can go. I saw one time when Ebukobi was coming into the country, and I saw the the display, the drama, and the welcoming at the airport. So you can imagine the influence he has over them. So it's just a small thing. It's just a small thing. So yeah, at the end of the day, Ijele is going through the process. Yeah, and it's life, and it's a learning curve. That's it. It's a learning curve. At a point in life, you have to go through things, and it will be a learning curve for you, right? And for you that you are happy, very, very much good on you. Good for you. Go to sleep, have a nice day, enjoy yourself, celebrate more. What can I say? Yeah. So I wanted to talk about also um the new national anthem. The new national anthem. So while I was not fine, not feeling fine, I saw that there was this proposal and the thing went quickly. I was like, okay, the thing was not just clear in my eyes. So, guys, like I said before, it's a very interactive session. You are welcome to join. You are welcome to join. You are really welcome to join. I want to hear your perspective. I don't want to be the only one talking. So I've shared the link. I can share the link again. You are welcome to click on the link and join the conversation. So you're very much welcome to join the conversation, and let's talk about the recent happenings, political maneuverings. So I first of all saw that post, like the bill. I think it happened within a space of 2 weeks. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I just saw, okay, that they said, oh, there's a bill, for the reversion to the old national anthem. And I was like, okay, like, is that really important at this time? I didn't even know that this thing is really, important. I was just thinking about that in my mind. Like, is that really a need? And then I saw another update. Oh, the bill goes through the second phase. The bill it was ratified in the House. I was like, okay, wow, like this is actually very interesting. And before I know it, I'm hearing, oh, it's now, ratified. I was like, wow, this is power. This is power showing itself. And I was thinking in my mind that, like if it can be very quick to do something like this, ratify it, I'm sure it will be very easy, to also do other things, like go through the Senate and go through the House of Assembly and then, get on the desk of Mr. President and signed in as a bill. And I was like, okay, what else is coming? It's really intriguing. And so yesterday I saw the update that, hey, like some people are not happy that they said they are not going to sing it, that, you know, thank you. Say they are not gonna sing it. Oh, I saw one popular lady, Aisha Yusuf, and they were sharing the video with me, and people were singing the national anthem. She sat down. She like, it's not her national anthem. I'm like, I'm just like, which one you fair get inside both the new and the old? Maybe they just born you. You hear say, this one I be national anthem. You follow the singer. You want to say the law? That's the power of the law. That power is only who gets it that can use it. So all this church babalawo is just an attempt, grasp to say, hey, can I have some power? The idea to have power, they sweet so many people. That's why they want to try and have power. You see, like this guy now, he has used church and Bible to get his own power, and he's using it. You see, so that's power. That's power. When we have been saying about the topic we were talking about before, that the national assembly, the conversation that you need to hear is not happening where it's supposed to happen, right? Like within a week, within 2 weeks deliberation, we are all compelled to sing the national anthem. The old one is not the new one. Right? And everywhere you go all over the world, now anytime Nigeria is being called up, that Nigeria has anything, program, match, game, whatever, and the national anthem of Nigeria has to be played, is that old one that is going to be played. That's power. That is the law. And the law doesn't have to please you. The law doesn't have to be what you want. The law is the law. And it's the people in power that are having that possibility to make the law. Today, if the law decide that if you buy somebody is not offense, it will become like that. That is it. Like in this country, in this Germany, if you like buy somebody, they know they buy somebody. They don't have the highest sentence, say they will give you maybe 8 years. And if you go see their prison, it be like finest hotel. You go, they work out, they do everything. I'm telling you, that is law. That is the law of their country. That's how they make it. It's just because we have a corrupt judiciary that, have empowered criminals to be doing nonsense. So you can see the quickness, how they quickly started singing the national anthem. That's power. So when you want something, you want action, that is the route you go. My brother, you're welcome.
Hello, good evening, ma.
Oh, I don't know. I
Hello?
think it's wrong with his audio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good evening.
So if you want something, you go through the right corridors. If you want to be talking about a school matter, you don't go inside market, you go to a school, right? They will talk about school matter. You go to market, they talk about market matters. That's how it is. So um all is said and done. I mean, I'm grateful that we're able to see how power works if they want to. So obviously, if they don't want something to work, they won't sit their ass on it. They won't deliberate. They won't give it the required deliberation, the speediness that it desire. Because why? They don't want to. But if they want to, they will do it because it is in their hands. The National Assembly is there. They will go through the case and they will send it to the Senate and they will ratify it, right? Yeah. Good afternoon. Good evening. So that's power. That's how power works. So do you have any need? Do you have any desire or for any kind of change? So the one way can they suit me while we are at it. And I saw the new bill that there is going to be reversion to national anthem, to the old regional system. Let me bring our brother in. My brother, you're welcome.
Yeah, good evening, blessed. Good evening once again.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Abio, my brother, we can't hear you. The audio is not coming out. So maybe we should go back to pounds again. That's the funny thing. For example, we saw what happened during the election or before the election when they tried to change the naira notes, the new naira. Whatever happened to that new naira note? Is it still in circulation? I don't even know. Did he ever work? Eh? Ah, you can hear him. I am the one that not hearing him. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Please, you can come back. Then I will let them hear. You see, I didn't know that you guys are hearing him. Oh, I'm so sorry. My brother, if you can come back and then I will let you speak because I was not hearing you, but they can hear you. And I think I've seen the problem now. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. So my brother Chiweze, please, you can come back. I was not hearing you, but they were hearing you. You're welcome.
Yeah, good evening, blessed.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. First, thank you so much for having me on your program, and good evening to all. I don't want to like drag the program back, but
Yeah.
thank you for all you do for humanity, and thank you for always standing up for my great brother and friend Chukwuko Febu. And in same breath, I thank you to everyone who has been working tirelessly, who has keyed into the due process. We said we have to follow that route, and on it we stand.
Hmm.
That is one side, and yeah, to the new national anthem. Even if I found it a sort of misplaced priority, you've
Yeah.
said it all, and this is something you've been educating us since ever I knew you on this app.
Yeah.
You've been on that part of honesty, transparency, and informational education.
Hmm.
You know, it is simple. People do not understand what wielding a political power is. They can call the shots.
Hmm.
I.e., we've seen it happen. You know, whoever, even if they don't like it, one thing they need to understand is the Nigerian national anthem, not Tinubu or APC national anthem.
Yeah.
They are not imposing their party slogan or anthem or whatever on Nigerians. And this, per se, is not like a brand new, even if
Hmm.
it's freshly written, there's nothing anybody can do about it. You know, they only revert to what we used to have. Now, that is it. That is the essence of political power. But one thing that interests me, which I don't think you've come to that point, is the same APC, same President Tinubu, you know, proposing a bill that will return Nigeria to the regional government. That is the most interesting thing. So far, so good with this current administration. Because, one, I think, yes, he's of the APC. First, he's a politician. He has had his political journey across different political parties, but then I think he's grounded on one ideology. Most of us have forgotten that President Tinubu was part of the Nadeko movement. And that Nadeko movement, it is what bettered the current democratic dispensation we have. So when it comes to that, his legacy, he has that democratic, you know, principles in him, and he is willing to deepen it. Yes, as human, we have our flaws. Moreover, owing to a country with weakened institutions, most people get away with everything because people want to talk about one side. But how many of us know the role Nadeko played during the military junta that gave us democracy, including President Tinubu and many others? Those that survived it, they all went on exile. You know, even Dele Momodu is one of them. I don't want to mention some are demise, even Raymond Tokpesi of AIT, many Nigerians, and some even paid the ultimate price. That today, you and I, as Nigerians, though we are not there yet democratically, but we can have democracy. And I think whether anyone likes it or not, democracy has come to stay. This year is making it 25 years. So at least give us the next 25 years. Most of us may not be here, but it will deepen. Now, those people from the southeast in particular who have been clamoring, this is the time. This is the time they need to take this conversation to their political class. Who are those political class? The legislators at the center, because your state assembly in this regard do not have any role to play when it comes to it. And let us remember, in time past, you have the confab, which have recommended regional government. This has
Hmm.
been recommended. And let's remember this. The PDP, the last PDP administration, which was the administration of Jonathan, had that report submitted in 2014. The last APC government of President Buhari and Osibanjo, they promised to implement it. But somehow they didn't want to. But today, President Tinubu is doing that. And on top of it, let us remember, when he was a governor, his problem with Obasanjo, why, he always had this political loggerhead with Obasanjo, based on what? Local government issues, like, I would say, grassroots politics. Same President Tinubu has done what no democratically elected president has done, even if they know these things were the issues, which is taking the 36 states governors to the Supreme Court, challenging them. Why have they refused local government autonomy? Why have they refused to conduct local government election? And today they are proposing to move that power of conducting election to federal INEC. So no governor can say they wouldn't conduct election. You know,
But that's
this,
what it's supposed to be. Why did they even leave it in the hands of the governor in the first
no,
place? That's paid on
that,
arrival. Because if you have three tiers of government and you have the three arms of government, three tiers of government, and everything is run from the federal, why did you leave the most important, the local government, in the hands of another tier of government? That's failure on arrival. In my own opinion, it was like it's like they didn't even want it to work.
why I'm bringing up this point is
Our brother said they want to bring all back their old, good old days. You know, there is this sentiment that everybody has. The old days were always better. Like I remember my grandmother, she would say, always say, children of nowadays, oh, one kubwa, this life of today. You know, the old days was always better, right? And when I'm looking back, you know, that reminiscence, that nostalgia wants you to think about the old days has been better. But is it really better? Right? But I know there's a Yoruba saying that if you don't know where you are going to, that at least you know where you are coming from. So, and I'm looking at Nigeria, the way Nigeria is like, it's like they don't even know where they are going. So maybe it's actually better for them to go back to where they are coming from. At least if you go, you travel, you japa, you know, you at least you can still go home now. And maybe they need to go back to that place where they are coming from. Because now so many history, they did not bother to document their history, Nigerian history, have a collective saying like this is a history that is, they don't have a government body that appraises and say this is the official story. They don't have any, so everybody have versions of history in their cupboard. So we don't know what actually happened, what is not happening. So maybe you see they don't know where they are going. Maybe their only vision is what can I loot? How much more can I loot? It's like they are competing. Who can loot the looters, the biggest? So if you don't know where you are going, you shall know where you are coming from. Maybe that's layman explanation for my own self, because if you look at before, say before was better. Better in one say, okay, maybe you can say things were less expensive, the money was not there and all those kind of a thing, right? The inflation and all that. But today I'm here, I'm talking to you guys all over the world. They didn't have it before. I remember my grandmother had to write a letter, we go and post it in the church. And on Sundays after service, that's what they will be reading letter, who got letter, care of so Anglican church in so location. That's it. So he didn't have that access. Anything you want, you have right there, go and post it. It will take 7 days, it will take 8 days. But today you can call. Like imagine my grandmother was alive, I can call her and we'll be looking at each other. So I don't know, was it the suffer head that was better? But give or take the good old days. you know, Continue, my brother.
Yeah, I've been watching the Twitter space. It's
Mm,
been such an active conversation going on the space. But then when I look within our own space, the so-called people who have been crying that they want their five country, they want their center table country, that they want a regional government, they are not even engaging. Look at the north. They are discussing this, both the advantages and the disadvantages, and they are making valid arguments on both sides. But what is happening within our Twitter space? Zero. And I keep asking myself questions. Do they think the regional government is going to return as before? No. Now, I'm coming back to what you said, political power. These persons who have been making this noise, including their emergency barrister shouting, my Lord, where will they engage? They cannot. Now, if we bring all these, including Obini, including every one of them who have been crying online, ask them now to go and submit a draft of policy document. They cannot. Now, like you rightly said, President Tinubu will pull the rug off their legs. They will all fall. Because they don't know what is coming. The North, you see, people from the Southeast, they may think that the North is not political savvy. But the few who are political juggernauts, they understand the nitty-gritty. People need to go and watch the Arewa Twitter space. Go and look at the arguments. Now,
really?
where are the Biafran? Where are their arguments on Twitter? I'm not even saying what are they engaging on?
Anyway, my brother, I said I've capitulated like Akam Dinelu. They say that they're looking at my eye like this, pure wickedness. I don't want wicked.
What I'm saying is now, you see this bunch of people, For over 20 years, since 1999, they've been making noise from Wazirike to their last, miserable souls. If you bring them now, I guarantee you, 10 Northerners will decimate them intellectually without arguments.
Anyway, good evening. Anyway, it has come to this now. So,
Yeah, at least
guys, you're welcome to contribute. What are your thoughts on the new bill that is coming? It has been proposed. A lot of people are saying it's not going to happen. So we don't know in what way it's going to happen. It may not go back to exactly how it used to be, right? But if it's coming, how do you think? What are your thoughts about it? Do you like it? Do you think it's going to be good? Our brother is saying that regional governments will attract more Ojuku. So maybe that's what the people want. It's about the people. Maybe the people needs to actually experience it again, because when the people who experience regional government talk about it, they talk about it with a lot of joy, a lot of good nostalgic reminiscence of the good old days, right? And this, everything was good, everybody was living good, there was plenty, you know like in the Bible, a land flowing with milk and honey, right? All the regions, everybody was happy. So that's basically what some aspect of the discourse has been, returning to the um, um, restructuring, if I may, right? I think that's basically what restructuring is all about. So,
absolutely, yeah.
um, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what is
So,
struggling. And
yeah,
and
so
unfortunately, the region that has been shouting this, disturbing everyone's ear, President, Tinubu, quietly without making this, I think most Nigerians are still in shock that it could come from him. And
no,
he's
but
doing
that was actually the basis of APC, and why the Yoruba went with APC. That was the promise Tinubu made to the APC. Honestly, that was actually the promise Tinubu made to the, regardless of the disaffection and all the that. That's actually they said, you promise us restructuring. You promise us restructuring, and we are waiting for you to deliver on that. So is it going to go through, right? So if this is what the people desire and people have been clamoring for it, if this is what we avert another war, why not? Why not?
I
Because
think
we need
so
to.
too. It-
I'd rather say it's a woman that crushed this serpent. I beg you. Not
honestly,
my own woman. No.
yeah, blessed all my
Maybe
feet.
those women, they know they bend down, they peace.
It,
Sorry.
it's gonna go through. What I'm saying is, let them use the same energy they used to give us the old national anthem. To,
Exactly. Exactly.
and I pray. In fact, I want to go to sleep and wake up hearing that it's been passed, all the readings, and the president has assented and is now a regional government. Then
Yes.
all this pressure, like without people understanding it, the federal government have tried to decentralize most of the powers at the center. Yet
Mm.
people that have refused to hold their own people accountable are crying as if the center is responsible for everything. Now let them give us that regional government so that the five, the center table states, what they've done, they've given us that matches box. On our like, make on our light on ourselves, consign us again. That is it.
Hmm.
That is it. So that let's see if in the next 4 years, if our cry will be the reason we do not have effective, you know, let me say development in general. It could be transportation, it could be pipe-borne water, it could be any form of infrastructure, or the reason why there are no health centers in our local communities, why we don't have good hospital, why there are so many children out of school, then all those conversations will fade away. But let them understand, River State is not going back as before. They might be shocked that the regional government will just be the between states, which is Abia
Imo, Enugu, Ebonyi, Anambra. Go and do original government. You can go. Maybe make onion do for your prime minister. It's none of our business. But let them remember, the way other regions will react will be different. They will make laws that can even mandate all these persons who
No,
are
no, my brother, no, they talk all those things. We want, do you want religion, Abi? You know, want. May we live
we
and
want
there.
we want
Uh-huh.
we want them.
Uh-huh. Let's encourage them. May we know who let them fear.
No,
Because,
not at all.
uh-huh.
Even,
Uh,
even those of them in Australia who are egging on these guys on
mm,
you're egging them to go and die. Look,
mm,
call him, you're in Australia.
mm,
Why don't you be on the next flight? Today, look at that place and go to the army aboard.
mm,
Who are the casualties today? The local communities.
mm.
A lady is crying. Her younger ones have been taken away. The chances are they're going to see them is zero. But
Mm.
people are encouraged. Man, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We know now. We know, I beg. Anyway, this be more than no fear. It go be good something because the story we used to hear about regional government was now. It's like when they were talking about the story of the land of Canaan, the land that is flowing with milk and honey. Everything was good. Life was good. So I hope I'm really looking for. So let's read the preamble together of this. They said, can you see it? They said, a bill for an act to substitute the annexure to Decree 24 of 1999 with a new governance model for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This act may be cited as the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria New Governance Model for Nigeria Act 2024. Wow. Hmm. Whereas Nigeria, its people and government have been governed under Decree 24 of 1999 that was handed down by the then military government without the express consent of the people, despite the preamble of we the people. This has always been the conversation for people who say, the 1999 Constitution, the 99 Constitution. And I've always been of the opinion that whatever you really want, you go through the proper channel, right? Go through the channel where the conversation will be heard, where it is mattering, where it matters, so that expediency, the needed action can be taken. And so right now, it's coming from no other than President Tinubu. The bill is now in the hands of the House of Assembly for them to deliberate upon. And the argument has always been the Constitution started with we, the people, but there was no we there, it was the military. Fine and good. So now we are going to have the opportunity to have a constitution that is from the we, and the desire of the we is that they want to return to regional government. And he said, whereas the said Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, is not autonomous and it does not evolve from the deliberation and consensus of the Nigerian people. So it didn't come from the people. It's something that some people gathered themselves and did on behalf of the people, but it didn't come from the people, neither did representatives from the country do it. So basically, that's what he's saying. So he's saying, whereas the people of Nigeria now desire and effectively demand for a change to a constitutional base, to a change to a constitution based on the federal regional system of government. So right now, the people of Nigeria desire and demand a change to a constitution that is going to be based on a federal regional government. And whereas the federal and regional government are to operate within the provisions of this constitution, it is within the discretion of the ethnic blocks within the states that constitutes a given region to aggregate or disaggregate as provinces, divisions, and districts while being in control of their affairs without let or hindrance at whatever level of government. Hey, Omo. Omo, this is very strong. Oh. He said, so when they go to that region, that the ethnic blocks, because we have different ethnicity within states, and then within a region of its in a whole, you have ethnic blocks. So it is for those ethnic blocks to deliberate, to decide, do they want to aggregate or disaggregate? Do they want to form provinces? Do they want to form districts? Whatever they decide, it is on them, right? So he said it is within the discretion of the ethnic bloc within the state that constitute a given region to aggregate or disaggregate as provinces, divisions, and districts. So if you come to a state now, you have, for example, it's going to be interesting in the in the regions that have multi-ethnic ethnicism. Like I have always thought that if we had a regional government and it was working fine and everybody was having a good time, nobody would change it, right? But some people were of the school of thought that no, it was done deliberately to punish some other people. So, okay, fine, right? So let's get to experience it. Like we saw the like I personally I didn't grow to meet the old national anthem, right? Arise O Compassion is what we know, right? So now, we have to go back and sing that old national anthem. It's almost like a hymnal, if you may, like in three stanzas, like a hymnal. So now, if we are going back there and experiencing that lyric and all those kind of a thing, fine. Why not? Maybe even change the naira. Let's go back to pounds, whatever. So since we don't know where we are going right now, there's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of division. The military industrial complex is booming in Nigeria because when you have all this wahala, every corner wahala, middle everywhere, like it's a problem. So the money that's supposed to be used for development for infrastructure is being popped into containing this insecurity. It's an industry on its own. So it serves nobody any good. So as if say we don't know where we they go. Well, it's just like the prodigal son. Eh? He was somewhere, squandered all the money. He didn't know any better. He thought about it. Let me go back home to my father's house. No? So like maybe let's go back. Let's go home. Let's go back to where we are coming from. So let's go to experience that regional government the way we are singing the new national anthem now. Maybe it won't hurt. So I said I wanted to be a little bit exactly, swallowed his pride and went home. The prodigal son swallowed his pride, even though he had a lot of resources. He got his half of his kingdom. He went and lavish, squandered it. But when he came down to it, he swallowed his pride and went home. So you don't know where you are going, then ikpada, you go home. You know when you japa now and say, things are not going well, they say jakpada, you go back home, right? So to God be the glory. The way we are singing, I say, Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians all are proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Me sef I don learn am sharply o. As you can see, sharply. So now, so when we go that region now, we go adjust sharply. Everybody to your region, Let's start again. I don't know. So who is afraid of regional government? So the Jagaban is there. So it don't give us a taste of it. Our flag shall be a symbol of truth and justice reign. In peace about to honor, and this we count as gain. To handle our children, a banner without stain. It's actually very simple, right? The English is very simple and the stanzas are shorter, right? I feel like it was very easy for me to learn it, you know. Oh God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed. And so in peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed. So that's it, oh, my people. Ọkwa ka ọ ha m n'ọnụ. I just say, yeah, of course, you can call. So I just say make I still, I don already learn it o. I don already learn it. So anyway, my people, once again, before I go, I want to talk about Ijele again. And sorry, I want to bring the video out. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, sorry, listen, it's me again calling in.
Okay.
First, thank you once again, and moment like this, honestly, with all due respect, I miss my great brother Chukwuko Febu, whom we popularly know with his social media handle as Ijele Speaks, because he's a fountain of knowledge, an embodiment of knowledge. I mean, he's that intellectual asset which the Southeast has, within this space, be it on Twitter, be it on Facebook, and as they used to know it now, I'm sorry, X, not longer Twitter and Instagram. Because these are moments that I look back to all his advocacy, all his teachings, all he wants for the Southeast. These are the moments that I'll say, if I were to say he foresaw the future. Most of us know the persecution. I wouldn't call it persecution, which is going through. And this is nothing but the handiwork of a clergy. I wouldn't call him a clergy. He's not even a clergy. The prophet.
Self-appointed.
Sorry?
Self-appointed clergy now.
Yeah, self-appointed clergy. And his cohorts, which are the IPOBs. They've been doing everything, conniving with the ungodly police, compromising the judiciary, and trying to do all they can to persecute him. But as we all can see, he's still standing strong. He's still full of energy. And I want this medium to thank his legal team, starting from, Chief Femi Falana's son, other lawyers who are part of the legal team, Marvin, Dejade, Ju, Zainab, and more importantly, to thank the People's President, Omoyele Sowore, who has stood not just for Ijele, he is known to stand for Nigerians that are oppressed, Nigerians that are intimidated, because he has been, he has this first-hand experience with the institution, and more recently, we have seen him standing up for the, victims of Mountain on Fire ministry by Olukoya. And he's a decapitalized Nigerian. He's one of those rare breeds. Though people may have their own opinion, but he's a decapitalized Nigerian. He's one of those Nigerians, the likes of Chukwuka. We need more of them today. And with that nice word, I say thank you to this great personality, not because they are standing for my brother Chukwuka, because of what they represent. He has shown it in time past. He's a believer that people's fundamental human right has to be respected. Omole Sowore, or as they call him, the people's president, one thing he distasts as a person is injustice, he distasts oppression, and I don't think most of us can remember when the Jade Iju was almost, he was attacked, almost brutalized. President Buhari's administration for what? Protesting for the right of Nigerians. There are a few Nigerians within this cycle, and as well, let me not forget Abba Jalingo as well, who was, well, I think, incarcerated 2 or 3 years ago. And people need to realize who Chukwu Kofebu is. This is a moment, everything that is happening today, he has said it. I'm coming to the southeast, standing up for the southeast and speaking the truth, saying that, listen, guys, Nnamdi Kanu and his IPOB registered a private business. That what they are asking for is not being discussed anywhere. Today, within the realm of political power in Nigeria today, we are seeing that conversation taking place. Not on social media, not by some miscreants or some never-do-it diasporans who will be in diaspora ranting and making all kind of noise, trying just to convolute the situation and take the good situation and make it worse. Today, the president has taken that, law to the National Assembly to discuss, and this is what Chukwuka is saying. And this is where these so-called, miscreants, these so-called never-do-wells that call themselves IPOB that has, made the Southeast to become almost
you keep going back there. I don't want to go there, please. I think I've said it, yeah.
No, ma, because what I'm saying on your programs are all my opinions. I take ownership for it. It's not yours. So even if I say I'll put out this disclaimer, it is me saying it, not you. Because we saw what happened recently. Now, people need to begin to ask these questions. People begin to see the value and Chukwuka represents. He has spoken, he really has always spoken for a better Nigeria. He has always spoken for a better Southeast. And today, he's been persecuted for the same truth he's speaking. Now that all he has been saying has, come into life within the political space, what are these persons doing towards it? Rather, we can see, I don't know if what I saw in the newspaper publication is to be true, because 2 days ago, I think 2 days ago, the so-called Ohanese, they went to visit their own people in DSS Donjo. You can see the president of Ohanese, the one you're coming out to say that Nnamdi Kanu is not a member of IPOB. From crying out loud, these so-called elders from the South, are they trying to endanger the Southeast more?
Anyway, I don't want to go there, please. We're talking about Ijele. I've calculated, like, my hands are up. Because I say Abi don't shake her. I don't want to shake anything again. I don't want to be the serpent.
But then, Ijele has always said this, timelessly. He has said this truth, and he has always said we need a better Southeast. And all he has said, let us not allow these guys to endanger the Southeast.
Anyway, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
How many persons from the Southeast can be bold to speak truth to power compared to Ijele speaks? When the so-called sociocultural leaders,
it's okay, my brother. I'll have to leave you now. I know you are getting emotional, but let's leave it here. Thank you so much for calling back. Yeah. So my people, even pastors I know what go heaven. So my people, as he did now, those of you that are peddling stories about Ijele, you can see Ijele, he went to court. His liberty is being restricted. When I say liberty, I mean his freedom. His freedom to move, to do what he needs to do every day. His fundamental human rights is being infringed upon by one God of man that is twisting his eyes and telling the people that as Ayombis are following him that he can see everything. But last, he went to use dishonorable and corrupt members of law enforcement to do oppression, and it is pleasing in their sight. So you can see Ijele, and they are peddling news and saying Ijele is this, Ijele is that. You can see he went to court and he's leaving the court. He's not in chains. He's not in prison, right? So yeah, you can see him here. And like our brother is saying, I have to also say thank you to Omoyele Sowore. You know, he has been at the forefront of this litigation that is against Ijele, standing by Ijele, you know, pulling his strings, being there in person, like really in person. I don't know what other support you can imagine. So yeah, I'm just waiting for the next election. You guys, you know, I not go talk too much, you know. I not go talk too much, but by their fruit you shall know them. That's what the Bible say, and it's playing out. You know, it's playing out. So for the eyes of some people now, Ijele is the one holding whatever that their life depend on, right? But I want to appreciate Omoyele Sowore, the presidential candidate of AAC. Is AAC, ne? Remind me of his party again, AAC, yeah. He was the presidential candidate, and even though Ijele is not from his region, even though Ijele is not a member of his party, you know, like, I don't know, that kind of support. And he's granting it to Ijele, and we appreciate him for that. So I want to pull up a video of him and Ijele. Yeah, I had that video, but I didn't save it where I can easily put it up. Um, so I'm waiting. I want to see that video. Um, yeah, I'm not finding that video right now, but you guys, you know, Showore has been, you know, showing his undying support for Ijele, and for that we are really grateful and thankful. He has also been giving press conference and making posts. So yeah, I'm not able to see that video of him. Yeah, this was the last video of
Okay, just take the regular
so you can see this was the last court that he went to.
Sorry.
It was there live, right? And you can also see Banana. So yeah, all this is possible because Showore came out. You can see him. This is the people's president that our brother Henry Chimeze is talking about. Huh? So please, guys, let's be thankful to Showore. If not for him, I don't even know. You can see him here, see him coming out, taking his time, leaving everything he's doing, supporting Ijele, and you can see Femi Falana, the senior advocates of Nigeria. You can see both of them in support for Ijele, our own Ijele, right? So the people that thought that they have gotten to the highest place that they can get to, but thanks to Showore, you know, thanks to Showore for standing strong. Regardless of that, Nigeria is not even supporting him as president, did not support him as president, is not a member of his AAC, is, you know, like, he came out strong for Ijele. Yeah. So this is the quality that we desire in a leader, honestly. A leader that we see through injustice, because injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. So if you are not able to see injustice because it's not affecting you, then you cannot give what you don't have, right? But if you're able to see that injustice, that oppression, regardless whether it's affecting you, whether it's not affecting you, that is the kind of person that can actually bring liberation. Yeah? So this is the people's president, and he's showing it honestly that he's the people's president. You know, regardless of who is concerned, he's bringing himself out. Like this post I just showed you about this Olukoya and the people he's imprisoning. Who is at the forefront speaking up without looking back, calling them by their name? It's still him, right? And using his media presence. So we need to give accolade to where it is due. So I want to use this media to say thank you so much, Omoyele Sowore. Thank you so much for your support, for standing with Ijele. I want to also appreciate Deji Adeyanju because he really fought so hard. He fought so hard in Abuja that they couldn't make way. They couldn't buy through again. Like they exhausted their cards in Abuja because Deji stood strong and they thought that they can run to Lagos where they can come and buy off all the corrupt members of the law enforcement. So we are thanking them for standing strong for Ijele and also the senior advocate of Nigeria in the person of Falana. We appreciate the work that they are doing. We know it's a process and the process have to take its course, but we appreciate them for the one that they have done for us. We do not take it for granted. So thank you, Omoyele Sowore. Thank you so much. Thank you, Deji Adeyanju. Thank you, Marvin Omoregbe. Thank you so much, all of you in that Omoregbe chambers, in Deji Adeyanju chambers. Thank you, Falana chambers in Lagos. We appreciate the work you are doing, even though it looks like nothing is going on, looks like it's slow. It's frustrating for every one of us that is eager to see Ijele coming now. But we understand that it's the process that has to take its course, and we appreciate your effort. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. So tomorrow, it is the seed that you sow today that will bear fruit for you tomorrow. So guys, behold your people's president as you are looking at him. He has shown himself worthy. He have really shown himself worthy. He could have just sat back and say, Jele, who is he? He's just one guy blogging on the internet, but he didn't do that, right? Yeah. So have you seen any of our own, the kind of people tomorrow they will say, oh, they will say you did not talk good about them, you did not promote them. But when you are needed, when you are supposed to come and show solidarity, you are nowhere to be found. You want the person, the platform, you want the person fired, you want the person eliminated, and tomorrow you still say, oh, the same platform you want to be eliminated, eradicated, you want that same platform to come and speak good of you, to come and promote you. It's like I don't know the pea those people swallowed. So anyway, it is what it is. Thank you so much again, the people's president in the person of Omoyele Sowore. We understand that the process has to take its course, and Ijele has quality legal representation. And so, they can pack the house full with all the lawyers that they can find. But last, they will fail. That's it. There's no gang up that will sustain it. Yeah, but I really need to give this accolade because they are going through all this stress, doing all this work, and I pray that God will bless them. I pray that the universe will remember them and their seed in the days that they will need someone to fight for them also. So, in closing, I want to appreciate every one of you for joining me. Like I keep saying I don't want to go there. There's so many things to talk about now. Wait till they bring all that kind of thing now. So I want it to be more interactive, and I will talk about other things. So if you have any topic, anything you like, I'm gonna no, of course I'm not gonna go crazy and gaga all that kind of thing, but I like to broaden my horizon and refocus and go into other niches. So yeah, you're welcome to Blessed On once again. Thank you so much for being a part of this program. And thank you for staying true and supportive all through this time that I've not been able to come live. And I hope that I'll be able to present more. Perhaps I'll be able to do short videos that I will just be posting. I'll see how that goes. But as much as possible for me, I will also come live and have this time together with you guys. Thank you so much, everyone, and I wish you a very beautiful Sunday. Bye for now. Yeah, I understand you. It's not about whether it will go well. Our brother says that the system Ijele for which country will Ijele fight for? Do you have any other country? That's the question. I don't know. Obviously, some people have other countries that they have that they are operating, that they fly with their passport. I don't know, because if you say someone like you cannot tell a German, oh, you are defending, you are not, you are fighting the Germany you are fighting for. Like, what other country do you have? What other country passport do you have? I don't know. So when you say something like this, it's like, okay, you have another country, you have another passport and stuff like that. If you have only one country, you have only one house, bad as it bad is it bad. What else are you going to do? We already know there are corrupt elements in the system. It's obvious. So you cannot do anything about that. There are corrupt judges. Like I was showing you, it's not only Ijele. Yeah, there have been people that Showore is fighting for. That Olukoya, the pastor of MFM, is putting them in jail. Many people like that. I remember this lady, Maureen Badejo, has been talking about it, but I didn't really pay attention because mostly of Yoruba. But I remember she talking about that guy and whatever he's doing. So it's not only this is what they do. They are able to use the law enforcement as an instrument of oppression. Okay, so that's just it. It's not about the country he fought for. Is he not still part of the country that is defending him? Is Showore not of Nigeria? If not for Nigeria, where will Showore know Ijele? If not as in Nigeria, where did Showore know him from? Okay, the people from the southeast region that Ijele is actually defending, that he put his life and his integrity on the line, defending and fighting for. Where are they? Which one of them have come up to speak for him? That is the question. Ijele is not fighting for Nigeria. Ijele is fighting for the Southeast. Ijele put his life on the line for in the interest of the Southeast, to avert strategy for the Southeast. But where are they? But thank God for Nigeria. And Showore, a former presidential candidate of Nigeria, stood by him. If not for Showore, if not for Deji Adeyanju, if not for Marvin Omorewe Chambers, who would have been there to fight for Ijele? We need to think beyond the ordinary rhetoric, because we are all learned, I assume. If not because of Nigeria, where will those people come from? Are they going to come from? Ijele fought for the Southeast. Ijele put his life on the line for the Southeast, for the safety and security of the Southeast. And what did he get in return? What did he get in return? Threat and abandonment. The people he's actually fighting for abandoned him. Why? Because he was not preaching and calling for carnage. Because that's what they love to celebrate, right? And so they say, oh, he's fighting for... If you don't fight for Nigeria, what else are you going to fight for? Everything is still about a fight for Nigeria. Like we're talking about a return to the regional government, it's also a fight for Nigeria. Who is fighting it? Is it people on the street? Is it people in the market? Is it people holding placard up and down across the world? Or is it people in parliament, in the judiciary, in the legislative of Nigeria? Who is the one going to do it? I don't get it. This cause is so absurd. It's so annoying. I don't get it. How so-called learned people will think like this. I don't get it. It's crazy that we are seeing this kind of mindset today. I don't get it. Who is Ijele fighting for? What was the work Ijele did for? Whose benefit was it for? What was Ijele hindering? Now Ijele is inside. Look at what happened in the South. Which role did Ijele play in that thing that happened? And if there are any consequences thereof, which role can you put on Ijele that he played? Yeah. So if not for Nigeria, as a matter of fact, if not that Ijele is in the hands of Nigerian government, he will be a story once upon a time by now. If Ijele did not end in the hands of Nigeria, non-southeasterners, imagine they had their way to take him to any police station, prison in the southeast. What would have become of him? I don't want to go there. So my people, I don't want to get emotional. I've talked beyond what I'm supposed to say. Let's leave it there. You get my point. So my brother, change your mind. You should be more than this. Bye, guys.